Here we go.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, hello. Got some Canadians in the house. Let's go. Today's an exciting day. I smell some good things going on. And that's not just because I have rusks in the oven. And for those non-South Africans, rusks are like biscuits of sorts, but buttermilk, or you throw some marmalade, and I don't know. Marius, you get rusks down there in Australia?
I just bought some today, the currant milk.
Buttermilk.
Here we go.
Buttermilk.
And I said to myself, I'm only gonna eat one. So I took one out of the package. It's got this, this
never
plastic
entered one.
hard. No, and then I ate four, and then I said, okay, right now I can't eat another one. It's currant milk.
Yes, your buttermilk is great.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's so good. Anyway, but I was actually talking about some steaks. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we still continue to barbecue or braai despite the weather. And we got some more steaks going out. So exciting. All right. Thanks everybody for being on the call. I think we're going to kick things off. For those of you live on the call, thanks for joining. Of course, you're more than welcome to drop your questions down in the Q&A section down below. And for those who are watching this recording later on, as per usual, you can also drop us your questions. But more on that in a little bit. In today's Fresh Staking edition, we're going to be touching quite a few important things, especially around the current staking and the new staking. But a little bit of the agenda for today. Marius, as per usual, going to be giving us the good news on BNB and BTAF token. So we'll be having a look around that. And then Vicky is going to be chatting all about today being the first of the month and the gifting airdrop that is taking place today, as well as the all-important updates on stakes. We had the 90-day mature stake, which is almost coming to maturation time, as well as the new one as well. Then, of course, there are the update, obviously, on the IPO members as well, and that exciting call that takes place once a month. And details around that. And then we're going to return to Niku, all about the website, the new T&Cs for MetaMask, as well as the new BTAF Pay option on our bitcointaf.com website regarding the new product that's linked to that. And then I'll just touch on something around the competitions. And then if there's anything at any point, as I mentioned, drop it in the Q&A down below. And we'll tend to those questions live here on the call on the 1st of June, the AMA for BTAF token. So without further ado, Marius, over to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, John. Let me just quickly share my screen and then we'll get going here. Now, what I'm going to do is just for our members, remember every bi-weekly we go through the charts, we see what the market is doing. Now, if you look at where we started, we basically started here in October. The market had a bit of a nice pullback to the upside. And then, as you know, the entire market really just came down slightly into this low point here. From there onwards, we jumped up and we made almost about 900% right there to the top. And then, of course, the market came down in the form of a B, and a C right down there to the bottom. Now you can see that we are in this channel here, and just there you can see just a little tiny little break to the upside, where it just simply broke out of the channel, was getting ready just to go upwards there, but it's been knocked back. Now we can probably say that the market here may start breaking here to the upside here. We believe it is going to happen. Nonetheless, it looks pretty close to me that could be the bottom here. Now, for those who bought right there on the bottom here, you would have made almost about, I think it's about 30% so far, which is only about a few weeks ago. Remember, the last time when we did this presentation, we were talking about the fact that we want to get out of this channel here. And then we said there's a breakout there, there's a retest, and it's going to go upwards. So you would have made about 30% up till now. So Now, remember the caveat here. When I do this presentation here with regard to the BTAF token, we do not want to give a forward-looking price on the BTAF token because the BTAF token is a utility DeFi token. We don't want to attach value to it. But nonetheless, we're going to look at the technical data of what the price can be, because remember, you're going to use that to pay for products and services, and people use that worldwide to pay for products and services. And if they're not using it, it will start growing into that area. And one thing here, I want to show you why. Why are people going to use it? And why are people buying the BTAF token? The reason is that the BTAF token, which stands for the Bitcoin Trend and Forecast token, is outperforming BNB. But it's also outperforming Bitcoin. I'm going to show you now why. Or how. Now, this point here is the low. That was 16 December 2022. That was the ultimate low, we believe. And you can see since that time point, we are up about 70%. Now, let's go back and have a look at the BNB token. Because remember, if you want to have a look at the price of the BTAF token, we're not going to look at the BTAF token, but we want to compare it to something else. We're going to go and compare it with the BNB blockchain, the Binance, the BNB blockchain, because we went and built the BTAF token on the Binance blockchain. Why did we build it on the Binance blockchain? Because the Binance blockchain, as you can see now, it's secure, robust, strong, hasn't got any downtime. You know, and that now you can see has been one of the most advantageous decisions that we as a team has made. And we don't make these decisions lightly. We don't just wake up and say, oh, we're going to do it and build it on this blockchain or that blockchain. We think ahead, 20 years ahead. Now you can see that BNB, it's the largest exchange in the world. They keep buying and accumulating other exchanges. They've got their ducks in the row. They're strong, robust, secure. That's why we build the BTAF token on their blockchain. Now, we've also built the BTAF token in such a way that it will outperform BNB. Now, let's go back and have a look and see where 16 December 2020 is and what percentage that the BNB token had or made. And then we're going to go and have a look and see what did Bitcoin do. So where would it be more advantageous for you to hold some of your tokens? I'm going to show you why the BTAF token is probably the better choice. Remember this now, 68, let's say 70%. Let's go back here to Binance. Like for like, 16 December, there we are. Look at Binance. Binance only made 37%. Very interesting, okay? So the BTAF token outperformed the Binance token by 100%. Now you can see if you held $5,000 worth of BNB tokens, or you held $5,000 of BTAF tokens, you would have outperformed BNB by 100%. Now let's go and have a look and see what is BTAF token doing in comparison with Bitcoin. To do that, we're going to go back here to the 17 June low. And then we're going to go to the upside there and see where it is now. You can see that Binance made 66%. Now let's go and have a look and see what did Bitcoin do. If you compare it now to the low, and I'm just going to go on the low point here now, and we pull that upwards more or less, and you're going to see that that's almost about 70%. So BNB and Bitcoin follow each other in terms of the percentage gain. But if Bitcoin did 70% and Binance did 70%, more or less, what is the BTAF token doing? The BTAF token is outperforming Bitcoin and BNB by almost 100%. Go back to the BTAF token and you'll see that we're up 70% from that low. Prior to that, the BTAF token didn't exist. But if it did exist at that point there, we would have been way up, let's say double what Bitcoin has done. That would have been almost about 140%. Now again, what I'm going to do here now, just to finalize here quickly, I'm going to show you something here, but again, the caveat, guys, I don't want to give you a forward-looking price, but I'm going to bring in Elliott Wave data. Now, Elliott Wave is a standard form. It's on here If you click on that button on TradingView, it comes in there. So I'm going to show you what this chart shows, what can potentially happen in terms of Elliott wave. Now, as long as I legally stick with objective data, then I'm not giving you a forward-looking price, but I want to show you what can potentially happen with the price. But now, just remember now, I'm not showing you this to entice you to buy or to hold the token. I'm just going to show you objective data, okay? So don't cut the section out and say that I'm showing you data in the future what the coin can do based on Elliott wave. Cool. So one of the ways that we do, and many of you that have done the training, is that we use the Fibonacci retracement and extension. So if I go right here to the bottom here and I take that up to the top where that was, then you'll notice that there's a point here which is called the Fibonacci golden ratio. Now, the way that you go and find that, let me just quickly maybe show this as well. Sorry, it wasn't something I was going to talk about, but if you go in your back office and you have got a subscription, let's say to the Ultimate Chart Patterns, what you do is you go down here and you go to Documents. I'm quickly going to go there. It will be quick. And hopefully that will load as quick as possible. Then I'm going to bring up the Elliott wave chart patterns because I want to show you something here. There's a thing called Elliott wave corrections. If you open that document, it's going to show you what the corrective patterns are. And let me just see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, Elliott wave states there's a few rules. It says there's basically 6 rules. There's actually 4, but we at Bitcoin BTAF, we've got 6 rules. What we are saying is that the market moves up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it moves in that direction, the green and red. And this is the format, what it should look like. These are motive waves, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the upcycle. Then you've got corrective waves. So that's a motive wave, a corrective wave, motive wave, corrective wave, motive wave. And then you get into this data. Now, if you have got access to that report, you can go and read up about the retracement levels, how far they retrace, but ultimately you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you now that Bitcoin BTAF has already just made leg 1. It's now doing leg 2. So let's go. Keep that now in the back of your mind. And remember, this is just objective data. Now, the first level that we've done here, we've broken up here, leg 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so that means that first leg is complete. Now, when I go and I put that in and say, right, that leg is complete, there is your leg 2. We believe that is complete. If that is complete, of course, if we come lower, then that will just become a little bit lower, but it mustn't break. One of the rules is it mustn't break this gray line. But then it says that the next level should be about this target point here, that Fibonacci golden ratio here. See that one there, which is actually already marked in my data at that point there. So let's go and do that analysis again. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, leg 4, which will not be lower than that. And then, of course, leg 5 is the final leg. Now, it can be spread out. It can be longer. It can be there. It can be a little bit longer dragged out, something like that. But now you can see that if I bring this chart in here again, you can see there's leg 1. Guys, Bitcoin BTAF, the BTAF token is there. Okay, in terms of the position, in terms of Elliott wave, without giving a forward-looking price. Now, when you look at this now here, of course, you will notice that we've got leg 1 in there in BNB. We've got leg 2 there. Leg 3 is coming. Leg 4 will be down there, and then a final leg up. But now, that is only ultimately going to be your leg 1, let's say long-term, in the next 2, 3, 4, and 5 years. And then ultimately, that will be your leg 1 then. It comes down there. It comes down higher, or goes up higher, and then ultimately this is how we're going to break into about a high target here for BNB. Okay, so you look at that kind of analysis, and then when you zoom out, suddenly you realize, oh my goodness, but this is actually only a blip, because when you look at this now, you can't even see the Elliott wave analysis. But when you log in there and you go and make that bigger, then suddenly the picture becomes a little bit more clear. could we be sitting with the BNB and Bitcoin and all these other coins right here at the bottom? I think we are. With that said, let's quickly just go here to Bitcoin. Now, I'm not going to give you a forward-looking price here on Bitcoin. That will be done by each individual product and service. But what I want to show you just quickly is that we started, the company Bitcoin Trainer Forecast started about here in 2016, somewhere around there. And since 2016, up till about 1 day ago, we at Bitcoin Trainer Forecast just reached a milestone of $10 million in sales. Now, what I want you to do is to go to the Telegram channel and read the message that we posted there. Of course, with the caveat, and I'm saying that again by presenting to you what the BTAF token price could be. We don't want to give you a forward-looking price by therefore meaning that we want to entice you to buy the BTAF token is not what we're trying to do. Remember, markets go up in cycles. So what I'm showing you today is a cycle. You know, there's, for example, your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, and your 5. There's a cycle. That cycle will definitely complete again, like being 1, 2, however it's going to look. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm just going to round off with what I said as a disclaimer again on the Telegram channel is that by providing the Bitcoin Trainer Forecast sales volume today that we've made about $10 million, we are not referring to or denoting attaching value to the BTAF token. The BTAF token cryptocurrency or token, it's a utility DeFi token. It's used for payments in global ecosystems. And although it is now the economic activity token payment solution for BitcoinTF.com and others will grow and more people will come on. So we should and must not attach any value vice versa to the BTAF token. So when introducing these products to other people, please just remember that we need to adhere to regulatory requirements and to government requirements worldwide. So John, thank you for giving me this quick shot here. Over to you. Awesome.
That is fantastic. Really great analysis. Again, disclaimer, this is not price prediction at all, but the fact is that BTAF token is built on the Binance Smart Chain and looking at just the objective data and how BNB is doing. Exciting times and looking at Elliott waves and looking at a number of things. Just speaking of those highlights and 10 million sales in 7 years in terms of the growth of the company and continuing to grow, being the front runner within the crypto sphere as well in terms of training, analysis, signals, and so much more. Exciting times. Really, really excited to be part of this team and part of this company as we all are here as well. Speaking about excitement, still smelling those steaks on the barbie, on the fire going there. We're just going to speak briefly now about the current staking options as well as the new one as well. And speaking of Elliott waves, we are going to touch on that with Nico in a short while. But for now, Vicky, over to you.
Thank you, John. And yes, and congratulations to Marius and Wendy for building such a robust, amazing company and getting that many sales, especially in this market for the last, what, 3 years, 2 or 3 years. So amazing. 5 years, John. So no. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I am actually going to start with my trusty graphic that I was showing you the other day as well. So we are here right now. We will later today be doing the June gifting airdrop. So Wendy will be doing that later today. So if you still have not received all of your BTAF gifts, you will be getting more the 1st of June, which is today, later on today. If you haven't heard already, we have turned the current staking off. So you can no longer stake in the current staking contract. So the 90-day 65 APR contract, you can no longer stake. The reason we did that is because a couple days from now, because the contract has a definite start and end date, you would be losing more tokens than you would be generating in the contract. And we don't want that to happen to our members. So we actually turned the contract off. You'll receive your gifting tokens today, later on today. And then next week we'll actually be launching a new contract. So we want you to be able to stake all of your gifted tokens that you receive this month into the new contract. And I just want to show you actually as well what it should look like. There's something missing here. So hopefully everyone can see my screen, my BTAF token.io screen, and the staking button is missing. So for some reason, if you do see the staking button, please don't use it. We're working behind the scenes. Some people can still see it, but if you just refresh your screen, it should disappear. But that doesn't mean that your tokens are lost, or you connect your MetaMask as normal, and there's still 19 days left in this contract. And that's actually important for the reason I'm going to tell you next. So you can still do everything else besides stake. So if you move down, everyone should be familiar with this dashboard now. You can still claim your rewards if you have rewards generating, and they will still generate rewards for you up until the contract matures in 19 days and 19 hours and 47 minutes. So if you do have any tokens in this contract still, and everyone should who staked, you still will be generating these rewards. So these will be generated, and you can still claim them anytime without penalty. So if you're following me here on my little chart, let me just go back to that for a moment. What you could do is not only could you stake your gifted tokens, you could actually claim your rewards from this contract and stake them in the new contract as well. You can't stake them in this one, because if you did that, you'd be losing more with all the fees than you could, but you could actually stake them in the new contract. What you shouldn't do is unstake your tokens at the moment. So you can claim rewards, like I said, without penalty. So these are the rewards that I'm generating on my staked tokens, my 9 BTAF tokens. I'm generating these rewards. So you can claim, and then they'll go back into your MetaMask wallet. And then if you want, you can stake them in the new contract when it becomes available. But please don't unstake your tokens until this actually says 0. Because the way a staking contract works, we have no control over it now, really. So if you unstake, you will be penalized, because until the contract matures in 19 days and 19 hours and 45 minutes, there is still a penalty if you unstake. So don't unstake. You can claim rewards, but don't unstake until it says 0. And then what you can do is unstake, claim your rewards. They'll all go back into your MetaMask wallet. And then what you might want to do is take those and stake them into this new contract. And if all goes correctly and right, this is what the new page will look at. There'll be 2 here. So this will be the old one, because not everyone's going to unstake on the same day, even though the contract might say 0. So you can still claim your rewards and unstake for as long as you need to, but then this will be the new one up here. So you'll have 2, and you'll connect your MetaMask the same way, and you can stake just the same as you did in the old one. So you will have 2 dashboards essentially in a few days, if all goes right. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of where we are. So the contract has been turned off, and hopefully you do not see the stake button, but please, 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 if you do, don't stake. We're working furiously on that in the background at the moment. So again, the June airdrop will be, the gifting airdrop will be later today. And again, if you haven't filled in your form to get your new gifting BTAF from your old TAF, please do so. The form is in the announcement channel. So if you haven't filled out that form, or actually if you have old TAF tokens staked in the old TAF token contract, unstake those and get them into this one. So unstake those, fill in your form. Now, we are giving people up to October to keep filling in your form. So that will be a year since we launched. So make sure you fill in your form. If you were holding TAF tokens before last October and you want to do this gifting airdrop into BTAF, please make sure you fill out your form before the 1st of October this year, but really as soon as possible, because you want to make sure you get those gifted BTAF so you can stake in the new contract. So that is what is happening here. So we're here. The next thing will happen is really this, hopefully, is that it will launch next week sometime, hopefully the 5th of June. So we're working furiously to do the 5th of June, but we'll let you know in the channel. So as soon as possible, we're going to launch that because we want you to start earning those new rewards. And then around the 21st, it really depends on where you are in the world. That's why there's 2 dates. This current contract will hit 0. And when the current contract hits 0, that is when you can unstake without penalty. So just make sure that this says 0, and then you can unstake as much as you want. So that was the first thing I wanted to say about that. And the only other thing I really wanted to say today is any IPO members out there that have the IPO membership. So the IPO membership is our diamond and platinum holders. So if you're a diamond and platinum holder and you have been holding your tokens the entire time, if you haven't joined the IPO membership yet, you would have received an email because we're actually giving it to you for free for 3 years. So take advantage of the IPO membership, because the IPO membership is just blossoming now. And there's a lot of announcements in your membership chat at the moment. And one of them, Nico, is going to remind you of in a minute. So there's lots of benefits of being an IPO member. And there's going to be a few more actually announced quite soon as well. So there'll be lots more benefits. So not only do you get the opportunity to buy into any of the ICOs that we bring to you, but you also now get a private call with Mars and Nico once a month. And there's a couple more things happening at the moment. So we'll be telling you that in the IPO chat. So I think that's all for me today.
Wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is.
Correct.
Thank you for that, Vix. It's a very exciting time in this transition period between the 2 staking contracts. So again, as a reminder, do not unstake the current one. You will incur a fee, but bear in mind that these rewards generated if you've been staking from early on really adding up. So that's great. And then, of course, as Vicky mentioned, the gifting airdrop of June will take place in the next couple of hours. So look out for that. And just in time for, or at least in a couple of days, the team, as Vicky said, working fast and furiously to get that all sorted. But more information on that, keep an eye on the announcement channel, as well as our social media around that. And then again, for those in the IPO channel, check out. Very exciting, that first call there with Marius and Nico. Thanks, Vix. Speaking of Nico, your turn, sir.
Thanks so much, John. And yeah, just from my side, before I start, also congratulations to Marius and Wendy for the huge milestone that they achieved with the BitcoinTAF.com. Really, really great. So also myself and Marius are looking forward to the IPO members for that little private chat next week. So yeah, lots of interesting things we will be discussing. So really looking forward to seeing you guys there. Let me just share my screen quickly. And back to our website. So like I said, a couple of changes or additions to the website. If anyone wasn't here from the last one, what we have now is a frequently asked section. If you click on that, just going back to all the questions that you can ask. If there's anything you want to know, you can just enter your question. It will take you to the appropriate place as well. We've also now added to the staking section, we've added the snippets from the other AUAs where we discussed the staking, where Vicky's really explaining it so well. We now did snippets, and it's also been added to your staking part of the FAQ section. Then as well, we got the blog. So I just wanted to remind everyone of the BTAF blog as well. Go read here. It's regularly updated here. All information, like almost said Wayne, like John said. So John also mentioned all the important information that you can just grab here. So please visit our blog, go there. And if you finish the blog, you can see there's also tags around here. Recent posts is all here. And going back to the site is just as easy as clicking the home button there. Then going over to MetaMask, because remember, this is our BTAF contract address. So remember, this is the only address that we will use. But by staking and using staking, all those things, we do use the MetaMask as we've done in the past and in future. But we are looking at maybe other possibilities too. But now the terms of use, April 2023, there's now been, if you've opened your MetaMask, you will see they give you a long little list here of terms and conditions or terms of use of MetaMask that they've updated. It's very important that you go read through this list of terms of use and the terms and conditions, the offerings. And we need to stay ahead of this. We need to see what they mean here before you just go and click. I know it's such a issue to just read through the whole thing. Lots of us just click it, you know, but sometimes we don't know what we're clicking. So please go and read changes, responsibilities. You will see there's a new updated fees and payment, as well as temporary suspension limiting API requests. So please go read this. It's very, very important. Then we, like John said, we posted something in the week, which is very, very great news. So from the beginning of June, we now have the Elliott waves that you can use BTAF Pay with. So starting in the month of June, BTAF Pay will be added to more products. So Elliott waves will be first. So watch this space. For the next couple of months, there's going to be more and more products becoming available on bitcointaf.com where you can use the BTAF Pay. Now, let's quickly do it. So I'm here logged into my dashboard and to the front, and let's quickly go and buy something. So I'm not really going to, but I'm just going to go through the procedure. So if you go to products, let's go to the Elliott wave, this one here. Let's select one. I'm going to go for the 12-month one, which is the most value-added one. And I'm going to say buy. So it's now in my shopping cart there, added. So we can see there, and I'm going to pursue to checkout. Let's do that. And then you will see there's a couple of different payment systems here, and here at the bottom, the newly added BTAF Pay. So if I click on that, and I've checked all those, I understand all the conditions. Let's just do that and click BTAF Pay. It should open make payment. There's the box. So make payment. Sorry, maybe Nico, let's just click on the right button. Then we go and search which MetaMask wallet you want to use to buy this subscription. So I'm going to go with Nico 3 because I know I've got some BTAF funds in there. So I'll go next. So it asks you, see address, account balances. So you say, that's fine, just connect. And it's connected now. And now I can make my payment. So there's a number that you can enter, a maximum cap number, set a spending cap. So you can even put a spending cap here in MetaMask for your product that you want to buy. Just say max maybe there, or the cap that you want to include, and then you will just press next, and it will then do the payment for you. I unfortunately don't have that much BTAF in this wallet now, so I can't continue, but you will just continue by buying the product like that. So, and just once again, when you finish this, you've done your payment, once again, go to the circle here and always lock your MetaMask again. So once you've made payments, BTAF will then say, okay, you've made payment successfully. It will then be loaded up on your dashboard, and you will then have access to your product in a very, very short amount of time. So that is it. Very, very exciting that we are now adding BTAF Pay to most of each month to a product, and keep watching the space, and we will make further announcements. So that's
Nico, while you're there,
yeah.
Can you go back onto bitcointaf.com and just show us the other products that we have available under BTAF Pay at the moment? Because as we mentioned before, every month we are going to be adding an additional product where you can use the BTAF token or BTAF Pay system. If you go to online store, yep, go for it.
Sorry, man. Let me do that. Filter.
Perfect.
Very nifty filter we have here. Filter for categories. We also, sometimes in the AUAs, we also show you if you want to see any other products. You can do courses, you can do coaching, chart patterns, whatever you want, signals, you can go and filter. So it's a very cool filter function here too. But like what John said, BTAF Pay filter, press that, and it will then give you a selection of products that you can then use by now to pay for it. So you got Coinsulting, got the BBE Rider, we got how to set up your model portfolio, and the newly added Elliott waves right there. So that is just use the filter. It makes life much more easier. So thanks, John. Over to you.
No, thanks so much for sharing that with us. Some exciting things, and obviously security elements around MetaMask to be aware of. Michelle has also dropped in the chat the list of the current list of BitcoinTAF.com products that you can utilize BTAF Pay to pay for with your BTAF tokens. All right, all of those tokens being generated through the current staking contract and the one upcoming as well. Thanks, Nico. Thanks for that. Exciting updates. Keep an eye on the website. We're continuously updating that with the current information as well as more relevant things. And don't forget as well, we do have the BTAF blog, the BTAF token blog as well, where we post all of our content as well as on our socials. Then a quick reminder from myself on this side, we have had a couple of contests in the past. There are 1 or 2 winners outstanding that may or may not be on the call right now. We want to make sure that you do get those BTAF tokens that you have won. We have tagged you in the various announcement channels, so make sure that you have submitted your support ticket with your MetaMask BSC address so we can send you those tokens. All right. Yes. All right. And of course, as we've mentioned, thanks for the reminder, Vicky, is that the blog is really helpful, as are all of our social channels in terms of the content, basically the breakdown of the current and upcoming staking plan timeline, as we've dropped in the announcement channel as well. But all of that information is up on our website, which is btaftoken.io. And you just click on right on the top right-hand side is the blog function, otherwise blog.btaftoken.io. It's for all the current information on the staking that is happening in terms of timelines and everything else. So we do keep you updated. As soon as that information comes in, it gets popped up on the blog and elsewhere. And as per usual, if you have any queries at all around anything, whether it be from MetaMask and you can't stake, or you're having issues, whatever it may be, our team in the back end generally answer your questions within the day, but they are quite prompt and they get to everybody's questions. So make sure that link for any of the queries you might have. Thanks, Mish. You can also drop it in the chat. But as a reminder, it is always in the announcement channel and our weekly bulletins and generally most posts that we put out and on all our socials as well. Okay, let's have a look, see if there are any other questions. Everything seems good. Right, and obviously the next AMA, we will have Wendy back as well. Exciting times. Can't wait to have her flavor back. And in that time, we will have launched the second staking contract as well. Exciting times. All right, team, any other closing? There's another question from an anonymous attendee. Is it too early to light the braai? Asking for a fluffy friend. I think I know who that person might be, but no, it's like asking, is it too early for a glass of wine? All right, it's never too early to light that braai, so go ahead. We've got some fresh stakes out and some ones that are currently maturing. So exciting times indeed. Thanks everybody for being on the call. As a reminder, the next AMA, at that point, we will be talking much more on the second staking contract will be on June the 15th, again, Thursday, 9 a.m. UTC. But in the meantime, if you have any further queries, drop us a support ticket. We look forward to hearing from you. Keep an eye on our channels, the announcement channel and our socials as well for all the updates. And so until then, thanks team. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone.
See you soon.
Awesome.